You hatch and the world is already trying to crush you. Life is a beetle. You hatch and immediately regret it. Darkness breaks into light. Wetness becomes dryness. Silence? Gone. Now it's muffled chewing, crunching, the sound of other mouths desperately gnawing their way out. You don't remember asking to be born, but here you are. An oversized head, stubby legs, and a body shaped like something that got rejected from a pasta factory. You're a larva, congratulations. Around you, siblings are emerging too, blindly pushing and squirming. There is no ceremony, no applause, no one cares. The only thing that matters now is eating. You're not even sure where your mouth is, but instinct kicks in faster than consciousness. The leaf you were born into? Delicious. You don't pause to wonder what kind of leaf it is. You don't care if it's organic. You eat, chew, swallow, and grow. For now, you are safe, hidden in the shadows of green. A squishy nobody in a world that barely notices you. But you know somehow, that won't last long. There's movement above, a shadow, a bird. It snatches one of your siblings and tears it apart midair. You keep eating, because if you stop, you're next. Days pass, maybe weeks. Time is weird when all you do is chew and swell. You've become longer, plumper, and just slightly less disgusting. Your mandibles are bigger now, sharp, efficient, always moving. You've gnawed through bark, roots, and at least one unfortunate sibling. Whoops. You didn't mean to, probably, but honestly, everything around you looks like food. You're not evil. You're just hungry. Then one day your skin starts to feel tight. Not just tight, wrong, like a sleeping bag that suddenly decided it's had enough of your nonsense. You twitch, you shake, you convulse, and then pop. Your old skin splits down the back like a bad jacket, and you crawl out of yourself. New you is glistening, pale, vulnerable, for about 5 seconds. Then everything hardens. You're still a larva, just bigger, hungrier, and way more intimidating if someone were to, say, zoom in with a microscope. You go right back to eating, because what else are you going to do? Explore philosophy? Develop hobbies? Number you were born to chew, molt, repeat. And guess what? You'll do it again, and again, because life as a beetle larva isn't glamorous. It's a grind, literally. One morning, or maybe it's night, who knows anymore, you stop eating. That's weird. For your entire life, hunger has been the only thing driving you. You'd eat fungus off a dead frog if it meant getting bigger. And honestly, you probably did. But now, silence. Something inside you whispers, it's time. So you dig. Down. Deep. You don't know why, just that it must happen. You carve out a chamber in the dirt. Damp, dark, just big enough to curl into. You lie still, waiting. Then it begins. Your skin hardens again, but not like before. This time, you're not just getting bigger. You're shutting down. Muscles freeze. Eyes go dim. You stop moving. You don't sleep. You don't dream. You just exist, suspended. Outside, the world forgets about you. Birds sing. Worms wiggle. Life moves on. But inside your silent crypt, your body is busy. Tissues dissolve into goo. Yes, goo. You literally melt. Imagine waking up one day and finding out you've turned into soup. But it's fine. Totally normal. Classic beetle behavior. Then, slowly, impossibly, you rebuild. New legs form. Wings unfold. Antennae stretch outward. Jaws like serrated scissors click into place. Your armor returns, but sleeker. Shinier. You are no longer a squishy worm thing. You are becoming something else. And when the time is right, you rise. You crack through the chamber wall and crawl upward. Dirt shifts around you as sunlight pierces through for the first time in forever. You emerge. And for a moment, just one glorious moment, you are magnificent. Glossy shell, folded wings, armored legs, mandibles that mean business. You don't know what you are, but you know you're not what you were. You are beetle, and you are invincible. Okay, not really. Birds still want to eat you, lizards too, and frogs, and humans with overly curious children. But at least now you look tough. Your exoskeleton clicks as you walk. Every part of your body is designed to do exactly what it needs to. Crawl, fly, fight, burrow, bite, repeat. Your wings stay hidden beneath hard covers called elytra. They're like built-in riot shields, stylish and functional. You test them once. Click. Elytra open, buzz, wings flare out. You lift off the ground like a tiny armored helicopter with trust issues. You are slow and kind of clumsy, but you are flying. It's not graceful. It's not beautiful, but it's yours. And as the wind rushes across your antennae, one thought cuts through the noise. What now? You have no map, no plan, no checklist, but your instincts hum with purpose. It's time to do what all adult beetles must do. Survive. Find food. Maybe find someone to mate with. You're out of the dirt. The real world begins now. The celebration doesn't last long. Within hours of your grand emergence, a familiar sensation creeps back in. Hunger, not the polite kind either. This is the full body, legs shaking, I will eat bark if I have to, kind of hunger. Lucky for you, you're surrounded by opportunity. Dead wood, decaying leaves, fruit left behind by careless birds. To the untrained eye, it's garbage. To you, it's gourmet. You bite into a rotting fig, and the sweet, fermenting mush floods your senses. You don't care that it smells like feet and regret. It tastes like life. But then, something shifts. The ground vibrates, leaves twitch. The air suddenly feels wrong. You freeze. Out from behind a log comes a centipede, a giant, many-legged hate machine with venom in its jaws and absolutely no respect for personal space. It sees you, and in that moment, your instincts scream only one thing: run. You turn and scramble, legs pumping, wings buzzing, barely lifting yourself off the ground in time. The centipede snaps behind you, but misses. You crash land behind a rock, heart pounding. If beetles had hearts like that, which you don't, but still. Welcome to adulthood. No more protective leaf blankets. No more soft soil to hide in. Just danger. Everywhere. All the time. You crawl out slowly. You're alive. And your fig, still there. You take another bite, because victory tastes like overripe fruit and near-death experiences. You've eaten. You've survived. You've stared death in the face and lived to chew another day. And now another urge begins to bubble up. It's not hunger. It's not fear. It's mating season. That's right. You don't know what romance is. You've never written poetry, never held hands, and you definitely don't know what a date is. But deep inside, something screams, find a mate now. So you do what every beetle does. You follow the scent, the signals, the pheromones in the air. Eventually you spot her, a female beetle, just as armored, just as serious, and possibly just as hungry. She's not impressed. Why would she be? You're just another shiny-backed hopeful with twitchy antennae and nervous energy. So now it's time for your greatest performance yet. Not a song, not a dance, a fight. Because guess what? You're not the only one who saw her. Another male appears, bigger, bulkier, full of misplaced confidence. You clash. Horns lock, if you have them. Mandibles snap, legs flail. This is not graceful. This is beetle MMA. You grapple in the dirt, rolling like angry marbles with legs. Finally, with a well-timed shove, you send him flying off a log. He lands upside down and flails helplessly. Classic rookie mistake. You turn back to the female. She's watching. Not swooning, not clapping, just acknowledging, which is as close to a yes as you're ever going to get. You move in. It's awkward. It's instinctual. It's successful. And just like that, your legacy might live on, or not. There's no guarantee your genes make it past the next bird's breakfast, but hey, you tried. South you mated. You'd think that earns you a break, maybe a leaf hammock, a moment of peace. Nope, because now comes the part of beetle life no one wants to talk about. Decomposition duty, that's right. You're not just a beetle, you're nature's janitor. Rotting wood? You chew it down. Dead plants? You turn them into mulch. Animal poop? You don't just tolerate it, you embrace it. If you're a dung beetle, oh, buddy, that's your entire personality. You roll poop into perfect balls and bury them like treasure. Why? Because future beetles got to eat too. Because that's the circle of life. And also, because that's just what you do. Other animals run from filth. You run toward it. The forest floor is your buffet. Mold? Yes. Fungus? Delicious. A half-digested berry someone barfed up 2 days ago? Bon appetit. No glory, no applause. Just endless crawling, chewing, breaking things down into soil. The plants above you flourish because of the decay you create. They don't thank you, but that's fine. You weren't looking for praise. You're a beetle, a quiet six-legged engine of recycling. Not glamorous, but without you, the whole system falls apart. You keep moving, because if you stop, everything else starts to rot for real. You've survived the dirt. You've dodged birds, outrun centipedes, and face-checked another beetle for love. At this point, you're feeling pretty confident, maybe even a little smug. That's adorable, because nature's got a funny way of humbling you. You're crawling across a log when, snap, a twig? Nope, a frog tongue. You barely dodge it. It retracts like a whip. The frog blinks slowly, disappointed. You move faster now. But guess what? The danger doesn't stop at frogs and birds and things with teeth. Some of your biggest threats are smaller than you. Way smaller. Mites crawl beneath your shell, hitching rides like uninvited guests. Parasitic wasps lay eggs inside other beetles. That's right. Inside, the larva hatches, eats its way out, and moves on with its day like that's just a normal Tuesday. And don't even get started on humans. Some trap you in jars for science. Others stick pins through you and call it art. And then there's the worst of them. Children, sticky hands, zero impulse control, shoving you into pockets next to half-eaten candy. You can have the perfect shell, the best camouflage, and a black belt in poop rolling, but none of it saves you from a 6-year-old with a butterfly net and no supervision. So yeah, stay humble, stay low, stay alert. Because in this world, being tough just means you die last. Eventually, it happens. Your legs feel slower, your shell duller. Your wings don't hum like they used to. You don't know what day it is. You've never known, but your body does. The clock is winding down. Maybe you escaped every bird, every frog, every barefoot child on a summer afternoon. Maybe you lived longer than anyone expected. But even beetles don't last forever. You crawl beneath a leaf, just another shadow under thousands of others. You pause, and for the first time since you hatched, you do absolutely nothing. Then your legs curl inward, your mandibles still, your world fades. The end. Except, not quite. Because here's the thing, in death you are not discarded. Your body becomes food, nutrition, a buffet for the micro things and the mini things and the even smaller things you never noticed. Mites nibble your joints. Fungus breaks down your armor. Roots absorb your molecules. You become soil. Soil feeds trees. Trees drop leaves. And beneath one of those leaves, a new beetle larva hatches. It chews. It grows. It molts. And it begins the madness all over again. You don't get a funeral. No one will remember your name. You didn't even have a name. But you were here and you mattered. In your own strange, quiet, exoskeletal way, you helped keep the world turning. You were one beetle, one speck in the dirt, one quiet crunch in the forest, one glint of armor in a sunbeam no one noticed. And yet, there are millions like you, over 400,000 known species, more than any other type of animal on the planet. Jewel beetles, dung beetles, stag beetles, click beetles, beetles that glow, beetles that swim, beetles that fake their own deaths better than some Oscar winners. Some are stunning, others look like walking crumbs, but all of them, essential. You recycle the forest, you aerate the soil, you pollinate flowers, clean up corpses, and, let's be honest, freak out campers in just the right way. You don't roar, you don't soar, well, not well. You don't rule the skies or dominate the food chain, but you endure. And in a world that changes faster than most creatures can keep up with, endurance is everything. So if someone ever asks, why do beetles even matter? You won't say a word, because you're a beetle. You'll just crawl back under the log, where the real work always happens, silently, efficiently, and forever.